Hello guys, today I bring you a very different subject, a gift from my friend Andy, and a kit that I am both dreading and extremely excited to build. So here it is, guys. This is Trumpeter's BR-52 steam engine. This kit is humongous, as you can see. More than 700 parts. It's 88 centimeters long once built. I've just went through the contents in the box and I'm very excited at the same time. The amount of styrene inside of this is just... It's one of those kits that I am really looking forward to take on. But I really wanted to show you guys the content of the box because this seems to be a very, very different build from the usual. So before continuing, I really want to thank Andy for this wonderful gift. I am stoked and, you know, I'm very grateful, Andy. Thank you a million for this. And without further ado, let's get on with the review. The first impression when you get this kit is the hefty size of the box and its weight. I guess it was the first time I realized that I'm in for a real tough challenge with this huge kit. On the box top, there is a nice illustration of the locomotive in an all-black painting scheme along with a name, information about the size and parts inside. This side shows the locomotive in a camouflage scheme of grey, dark yellow and a few customary warnings. I have yet to confirm the accuracy of this scheme, but I have found a few online photos that depict German locomotives with several similar interesting camouflage schemes. As usual, the smaller sides show the box top artwork, title and model reference number. On the opposing, longer side, we can see 6 photos of the built model with a black and red color scheme that, according to what I have been reading, seem to only have been used after the war was over. This side also features a brief history of this locomotive both in English and in Chinese. It's finally time to pop this box open and see what expects us. At first glance, the box is quite full with styrene. Besides that, there's an instructions booklet and a full-color, large painting and markings guide. The instructions booklet is 36 pages long, starts with a 2-page sprue map and seems to be very clear with comprehensive steps. There are 2 steps for the roadbed, 26 steps for the engine, and 5 steps for the tender. The painting and markings guide features the 2 versions present on the box sides, and all of the reference colors are from the Gunze Aqueous Hobby Color range. Now let's have a look at the plastic. In this section, you can see all of the sprues in the box, so that you can evaluate for yourself the quality of this kit. Please note that any repeated sprues are represented by just 1 sample. This is a 2005 kit, and you can already tell that despite having a good amount of detail and crispness, the molds are starting to show their age. Looking carefully at the sprues, there are quite a few noticeable things worthy of mention. This kit will require quite a bit of cleanup, as most parts have a bit of flash or fairly pronounced mold seam lines. Nothing too terrible though. Another thing to take into account is the large number of parts split in half that will need filler and sanding to eliminate the seams before they can be used in the build. Actually, some of these subdivisions seem quite unnecessary and will disturb the progression of the build. As for ejector pin marks, though there are quite a few, they generally seem shallow and placed where apparently they will be out of sight once the model is built. Though the model is quite well detailed out of the box, I believe there is quite a lot of room for further detailing with a photo etch set or even some resin upgrades. The track sprues have been wrapped with a sort of foam sheet in order to protect them during transport. However, this has not prevented a fair amount of warp, leaving me to think that this problem had been foreseen, yet the efforts to avoid it fell far short from succeeding. The sandpipes are molded in black vinyl with very good detail and are packaged individually. Inside the kit box, there are two smaller boxes. One contains extras such as decals, a small photo etch fret, and a few clear parts. The decals on this model are fairly simple. However, Trumpeter has omitted the swastika from the German Imperial Eagle, which was the accurate for the period of 1935 to 1945. But not to worry, as you can readily find quality replacements from several brands. In this case, I chose to go with Archer Fine Transfers. The clear parts are very well molded, completely transparent and free of distortion. The included photo etch fret is so insignificant that I wonder if this was more of a marketing trick by Trumpeter than anything else. Nonetheless, it's better to have some photo etch to represent a few fine details than none whatsoever. The other box contains the roadbed parts. The roadbed is comprised of 3 different types of parts that together complete the entire track run at a length of 88.6 centimeters and can serve as a display base for the locomotive. To sum it all up, I must say that I'm very impressed with this kit. The subject itself is pretty rare, and the previous 1/35th scale offering from CMK was comprised of resin and photo etch, sold at a whopping price of €500. So I tip my hat to Trumpeter for taking on this task, allowing us to have an affordable kit that can turn into a beautiful model. Not to mention the amazing diorama possibilities. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on my next video. Take care.